Black Sheep Rising After Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to Black Sheep Rising, the After Show. And tonight we are going to review the movie starring Vic Diesel, who we all adore and love, and secretly in our hearts we want to be. This movie is not one of his better movies. In fact, I think he's come right on out and said, he's made jokes about it. He's come out and says, no, this most definitely was not.
To be fair to the great Vic, I think that his acting wasn't bad, though. I think he did a good job acting, don't you agree?
I think he played a role that he has only since come to understand in movies like G.I. Joe and...
Wait, Vic was in G.I. Joe?
The latest one, yeah.
I'll have to watch that. I wasn't aware.
I thought this was very much a reflection of some of the themes we see in the Fast Furious movies 1 through 7, and I think maybe 8 or 9.
He seems to be so yeah, he is most definitely a gung-toting military man who is all about, what was the quote he used? We just saw it. He was, I'm not paid to think. I'm paid to follow orders.
That's right.
And so...
He's just doing his job, and he's paid to do it.
Which is a horrible thing. But, of course, he's an actor, and he is portraying a character. And in this movie, which, by the way, the movie is called Doom, if we didn't get that out there. So, yeah, he's playing he's an actor playing a character. And he just happens to be one of those characters that some people, especially me, don't really care much for.
But he's still the star.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he got star credit in this particular one. There is another main character, and the good guy, who maybe didn't get as much air as Vic did in this particular movie. And of course, Vic probably made more money by himself than all the other actors combined. Of course, that's the way it works. Even
more than Urban Carl.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you're not familiar, Doom is a video game made by ID. This is a game that I grew up playing, and this is just one of those games. There was Wolfenstein 3D, and then after that, it was Doom, and it was just mind blown. I played
Doom on the 32X for Sega Genesis. It was an expansion pack. You need to have these little brackets, and you put it in where the game cartridge goes in, and then you put the game on top of that.
Wow. Well, you remember when Halo came out?
Mm-hmm.
I never got into it, but I watched all these kids and young adults going mad for this, and of course it was only on the Xbox, and was it PlayStation? Whatever. I just didn't. I just never gotten into the whole controller crap because I'm a mouse keyboard guy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And so I just never got into it. But I was just like them when Doom came out 10 years earlier, and I remember having LAN parties, setting rows of computers up and just going to town at each other, killing demons. And that's what what it was all about. It was all about rescuing the world from these the help from Hellspawn and these teleports that have opened up, allowing the demons to come and invade Earth and or Mars. Right. So, and that's one thing that this movie really messed up on.
Oh, well, you're telling me they changed it all around, so instead of being, it's almost very like internally positioned. Instead of fighting demons from an exterior realm, it's our hero Vic fighting humans that are going to become zombie demons.
So if you want the synopsis of Doom, it's the Alien movies mixed with like Resident Evil. Now it's somehow been turned into zombies.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the Alien movies, but most definitely Resident Evil.
Oh, dude, it's totally Aliens. Space Marines.
Yeah, the Space Marines. Okay, even the colony to clear
even
it out.
that part with the electric.
Yeah, but those are Resident Evil zombies. They've been spliced. They're humans that have been spliced with some old.
No, it's aliens, dude.
It's alien DNA.
It's definitely Aliens by James Cameron.
It's aliens.
I don't get that.
Okay, look.
I don't get it.
It was
So-
like plot
so-
of Aliens.
okay, look,
I get Resident Evil. I get Resident Evil.
Let me
I understand.
set it up for you, Conan.
Go ahead.
There's a space colony that sends a distress signal, and Space Marines respond, and there are people running around. It's a research colony, and there are things running around killing scientists.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets
What
the hose
movie am
again.
I describing?
They're doing
I'm
it for
describing
corporations.
aliens.
Describing aliens, yes.
Only there's no Sigourney
And
Weaver
Doom.
in this.
the plot. Just
It's
that.
Aliens without Sigourney Weaver.
This is Aliens plus Resident Evil.
All right, you can have it. I'm talking about the feel, the aura of the movie. Just doesn't feel aliens at all. I mean, even the bad alien movies.
I don't know, because the thing is like hiding behind the corner and it sees the dude with the flashlight. The only thing missing is that little motion detector, doo, doo, doo.
Yeah, in Aliens they had way better technology than Vic has.
So in this
And
movie,
Doom.
they display great technology such as tape recorders and
With
CRT
real
monitors.
tapes.
And I
Yeah,
think
their technology in 2046 has definitely regressed backwards. I guess that's the definition.
the other great thing about this movie. So if you look at the movie poster, they're showing a gun pointed at a thing that's not in the movie. I don't recall seeing that thing in the movie. And that gun is a P90. That gun was not in the movie either.
It's James Bond.
Yes, so this thing does not exist. This is a total setup. I think that it's a scam, and
The Clockwork Elves,
Yes.
all of it, I shouldn't even get
It's a
into it.
reflection upon the demons inside oneself, and I think it really is. I mean, people try and say that Urban Carl is the star, but I mean, it comes down to Vic Diesel at the end of the day. He's battling demons within himself.
another great
and
thing.
the demons emerge.
So
By the way-
in
by the
this
way-
movie, they don't turn the lights on.
Not until after the scary part happens.
They turn their flashlights on their guns. But you're telling me in 2046 they don't have night vision? Are you kidding me?
or even night vision like implanted in their eyes, or maybe they don't even have. Maybe they have like data on Star Trek eyes. They have these little visors. Yeah, it was very silly.
I think it was meant to be a commentary on the inadequacies of government forces because Vic's character was supposed to be a Marine, and he had a tattoo on his back that said, "I'm in the Marines." And
Semper Fi.
the representation, I think, was supposed to be it's like an idiocracy type future. It seemed to me that this could have been idiocracy taking place in the future on Mars.
Oh no.
And whatever bad stuff was happening back on Earth, they'd taken a few of these sample humans and sent them out to this Mars base where the plot of Aliens, only that wasn't on Mars.
So the only thing that was similar to the video game is on Mars.
Was the
It
yeah,
has nothing to do with the video game at all.
and there was also a BFG, which only had a few rounds of ammo.
Our hero gets to use it.
The guy Reaper, played by Carl Urban, kind of looks like the original Doom portrait, the character that you're playing. I mean, did you see the similarities? I think that's why they
Sure.
picked the guy. By the way, is that the guy who plays as Bones in Star Trek? The new.
I think it is now that you mentioned.
Hold on, you know
that.
what? Why am
Pull
I
up a-
asking? I just click on the damn
pull up
link
a
here.
picture.
Look his name right there, Starro.
Yeah,
That is Bones.
That is Bones.
That's totally Bones.
So this was. So when did Doom come out?
2005.
Yeah, he was much definitely a little chunkier, little thicker, even a little healthier than he is in Bones. Maybe he had to slim down for the role of the Star Trek
To be
role.
Bones, I
Yeah.
think you have to be bony.
I think so. Well, it only took me like 7 increments to watch the entire film in little 15-minute increments. So I guess that's not that bad. No, it's horrible.
What was your favorite part?
That's the best part.
I like the girl, Rosamund Pike. I like her a lot. I think she's hot. She's English. She's the same age as me. Yeah, I enjoyed.
She saves the day by making the guy a superhuman.
Yes,
human
yes, she's a
zombie.
super smart, kind of a nerdy, beautiful nerd. She's a beautiful nerd. I mean, what's not to like?
I think that The Rock really carried the movie, and the best part is when he says, "Semper Fi, motherfucker." That was the best
Sure.
part.
I felt very patriotic.
Yes, I didn't have the opportunity to go through and get any drops, and I'm kicking myself now because there were some good ones.
Now, one funny thing, and it's just funny to me, so they're Space Marines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then The Rock refers to them as soldiers instead of Marines. I found that to be entertaining.
Well, maybe it's almost 50 years into the future. I mean, maybe.
And then they
maybe
say, so the Marines say hoorah, hoorah, and then in the movie they said hoo-ah, which is Army.
That is, you're right.
So I kind of found that amusing, but that's just kind of nerding out on the military
he
part.
even spelled it out for the doctor
Samantha.
character. Yeah. So what was that all about? What are they trying to? What message are they trying to portray, James? What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's Clockwork Elves. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? It's kind of funny too that they.
Ooh, she's so beautiful. I'll be fine. Oh. Okay, let's find that. There was one moment where I guess the producers.
Look at Vic there. His eyes are so wide.
I guess the producers got together and like, we gotta create some montage for the video game players who grew up playing this game. So they decided to do like a 4-minute clip of Reaper running around in 3D mode, just like he was a video game character. And if I scroll on,
I found that to be one of the most unique parts of the movie because it's almost like you're sitting and watching somebody else play a one-player video game by themselves. And I gotta say, that's one of the least entertaining things ever. That has to be like, if you don't want somebody to hang out with you, you bust out the video games that are one-player and you just start playing in front of them.
That's right.
Who wants to see that? But apparently people who go and see this movie, that's what they want to see because that's what's in it for like 4 minutes.
I thought it was so good, Garrett, that I'm going to play it for our audience so they can see.
Did you notice that it repeats at the end of the movie in CGI? In CGI, at the end, the credits are getting shot at as though it's a first-person shooter.
The credits were horrible. It's like they could have taken video from Doom 3 that had just come out.
It was CGI, man. It looked
So
great.
this is totally based on the video game. Didn't Doom 3 come out and?
So you could do this in all the video games, and you still can, where you can like look in the mirror and you could.
I don't think there are any mirrors in the Doom game.
Yeah, the original Doom.
Well, I know
mirrors.
that Duke Nukem had mirrors.
That's right. I remember that.
Oh, this is great because
Quake.
all the bad things that come after him, when he takes time to reload, they're considerate enough to wait for him to reload.
I feel like I'm playing like House of the Dead when I watch this.
That's another great film.
So his scope apparently has some kind of night vision on it.
I will say that after I watched this, I wanted to load up Doom 3 and play some 3D Doom.
Oh wow, this is a big beast.
It's nice that the huge monster waited for him to reload before attacking. That was really nice. I don't recall that happening in the video game. Or how about that guy just standing there? Why are they standing there?
Yeah, they're all just standing there. They're all super slow. They're all just standing there.
It's got the Doom music feel to it.
Oh yeah.
What? Hey, you remember this guy from the game? I remember him.
And the fact that he just stood there and just looked at the bullets tearing him apart.
Was that guy really in the game? I don't remember.
No.
And look at all.
wasn't.
Have you noticed all the rats that are on this station?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they
like a
really
Duke
got
Nukem
infested.
thing. There were rats running around in Duke Nukem. You remember that?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember any rats. I do in Duke Nukem, but not as far as Quake. I don't remember if they had. You didn't have to shoot him. He'd already killed himself with the axe.
It's cool to shoot them.
It's like intel for the other zombies. Zombie demon ninjas.
You remember that part where you hold your gun up like this in the game?
Yep. That was the part. You press the button and he just holds it up. It's like a taunt move.
No, I don't remember.
How about this guy?
Chainsaw wielding demon. I'm sorry, zombie. Space zombie.
What just
Yeah,
happened?
that's like a Tyrese jump right there.
It's like he grabbed the blade in his hand without chopping his hand off.
Oh, you just got knocked down. It's time to drop a bomb and have it explode right in front of you.
Yeah.
This is the most realistic part ever. Here it comes.
Well, it only blows up.
If you see, he put up his hand, so he's okay.
But he's also a super mutant now, so he has, he has powers.
So he can blow up other super mutants, but not him.
And of course, the moral of the story, and Garrett and I discussed this earlier, if Vic had just shot the wheelchair guy in the head.
Yep. Earlier in the film, Vic Diesel wanted to kill everybody in sight, and had they just let him do it, this whole horrible climactic part of the movie with all the demons wouldn't have happened.
Would have never happened. They could have gone home. They could have all lived. They would have been eating birthday cake.
I will say it's kind of unique that they included a first-person camera angle in a movie. I mean, how often does that happen?
Like never, almost.
It does it because it looks. I don't know.
There's a few movies that I'd say it pulled it off very well, but usually it's a no-no. Like Enter the Void is standing out in my mind as a film that pulled it off.
So brutal.
Like, I don't remember this part being totally first person. I thought it was third at some point.
And that's that. That's what you get. So what'd you think about that?
I think that was probably the best part of the movie.
Really
Realistically.
well, I think the best part of the movie.
Look at that
is-
picture of The Rock. Look
Yeah,
at that
that's-
picture of Vic. This should have been the movie poster right here.
All right. I think this sums it up pretty well. Look how hard he's trying. He's doing what he can.
He just stabbed that thing through the man's hand.
It was very Jesus-like and symbolic that he stabs him in the hand. I think he was like trying to say that there were these undercurrents of religion throughout the film. Like maybe this is hell, or maybe these are just aliens, or
Yeah.
maybe these are just zombies. We never really know. Whatever they are, it has something to do with religion. And Urban Carl is Jesus to Vic Diesel's devil. But Vic Diesel plays a damn fine devil, and that's why he's the star of the movie and transforms into the ultimate bad guy. And how else is Vic going to go out but through a major, nasty, big explosion through a teleportal through space?
There you go. And maybe this is even more. I see the comparison, but maybe this is more closely related to like Lord of the Flies. It's Jack versus Ralph, who are also kind of the good and evil, two sides of the coin. No, you're not buying it?
Yeah, well, I guess I just have too much of an aversion to Lord of the Flies.
It is kind of a.
I think it's a very sort of Hobbesian view of humanity. It's very pessimistic, very dystopian.
And there's no.
I mean, Doom is dystopian. They have like 80s technology in the future. So.
I don't know. Don't hate Lord of the Flies just because it's all about social engineers saving us from ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, what was expressed in Doom is that there's a lot of people that will be infected with the zombie plague demon curse of the aliens.
And the only way to
they'll-
stop it is to embrace the mutation. Did you get that?
Well, Urban Carl was like the savior. He was the one who could be injected with the zombie demon alien potion.
But there should have been other people who could accept the serum.
Well, they could have tested it using the tongue method.
Yeah, all they had to do is take a drop of your blood and drip some of the serum on there, and if your blood reacted, then you would know. It was kind of like The Thing. By the way, has anyone seen the updated Thing?
No, only the classic.
Only the classic? That sounds like that might be a good movie to review. The new one.
Sure, it's got some good poignant perspectives in it. We watched They Live recently at an establishment that we frequent, and I got to say I saw a lot of insight into ideological frameworks in that film.
But you said that wasn't a good commentary one because there's too much going on.
It wasn't a good commentary one to watch for the first time. I mean, because I think we were all trying to absorb it and understand it.
Now, one of the great things about Doom, it's like the classic horror movie in a sense, where it's like, let's leave this one guy alone, and let's all split up. Like that's a constant theme throughout the movie.
Yes, we're dealing with demon zombie aliens that ferociously killed everything in sight, and all we know is that everything is dead.
Mhm.
So let's all split up and go see what we find in
Yeah,
the
they
dark
really-
corridors with no modern technology.
It's even aliens in the sense that, like that one guy, the Destroyer, he has like the mini gun kind of deal with like the rotating like a Gatling gun kind of configuration, and he holds it down at his waist. I mean, it's totally aliens. It's just not.
Predator, too,
That sounded
they
more
got
Predator
with
to me. I was thinking.
Well, whatever.
I was thinking the Gov.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
You want to Clockwork Elves, all of it. I shouldn't even get into it with that guy.
Oh yeah, he's all about it. He wrote the book.
I think the other thing that the movie really strayed away from the game. In the game, there's like endless enemies, and in the movie, there's just like a few enemies at a time.
In the film, it's all zombies. It's like all these.
Yeah, you
it
can
goes
only.
from demons to zombies.
And of
It's like,
course, you
why
have
is
this
so
plot where they're
suicidal?
human, so that you can only have so many who turned. So you can't have like endless zombies.
And it's missing the pistol. It's missing. Well, I guess I had pistols. Never mind. It's missing the shotgun. It's missing the plasma gun. All of these great
There
weapons.
were times where all you had were brass knuckles and stuff. You remember there was like
That's
a
right.
brass knuckle attachment.
James, you're such a purist, man. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. They should just name the movie Mars Colony Aliens Remake with Zombies. With The Rock. With Vic Diesel.
With Vic Diesel.
Dwayne Rock Johnson.
And genetic mutations and an arc in the elevator.
I mean,
Oh,
Carl
crap.
Urban Carl, he's always second place to Vic. It doesn't matter what the movie is. He was also in the other Aliens type movie that was called Pitch Black 3, Riddick. He was in the Riddick movie. So, I mean, that's just another example of... You can put the guy in a movie, but the star is still going to be the star no matter whether he's the good guy or the bad guy.
That's the way it works. So anyways, Doom on IMDb got 5.2. Not very good.
It didn't get... The critics were pretty hard on it, too.
Definitely, I'm not saying don't watch this.
People who liked it also liked Resident Evil. What a surprise. It's Resident Evil in space on Mars,
Yeah,
everyone.
if you like the Resident Evils and they're all goofy,
It says you'll probably like Riddick, too.
you'll probably like this. And is a Riddick on here as well? Yeah, there it is.
You'll like
What's
Riddick.
this one? What's this one?
Jumper. Oh, Jumper.
Yeah, Jumper.
You think you can just jump forever?
Ooh, that's a good drop.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. Jumper.
Jumper was the one with Anakin Skywalker can teleport himself around the world for no reason, but one day Samuel L. Jackson shows up with like a whip on a chain and it's like hitting him and like, you gotta stop jumping. You're causing problems. Stop jumping.
And it got 6.0.
Yeah, it's a classic. That's one to take home.
Are there any movies that have a good rating on this website?
Yeah, I'm sure there are, but are they linked
gotta like
to any
Riddick.
of these movies?
Riddick, Total Recall.
The new
Total
Predator,
Recall.
The new Total Recall should have got like a mid.
Independence Day with Will Smith, of course.
What did Independence Day get?
Independence Day is probably highly rated.
6.9.
Total Recall got 6.3. And 6.9. Riddick got 6.7.
That's ridiculous. Predator is
Yeah,
down to 6.4.
Yeah, everything on this, anything related to Doom is just. I mean, the stink and the plague of Doom have just spread evil tendrils into all these other movies.
Well, it's a shame that they can't just let a video game be. Why they had to take it and make a video movie out of it like that.
Well, could you?
You know what probably would have been a lower production? They should have just recorded The Rock or Vic playing Doom for 2 hours.
And then made a movie
And
about
just be like, oh, here's the movie.
Could have used his voiceover commentary.
Oh,
Speaking of
shit.
voiceover commentary, you hear about the new role that Vic is going to have in an upcoming movie? Another space movie?
No, but before we leave the Vic of playing video games, can Morgan Freeman narrate the movie and it opens like this? Huh?
That's not Morgan Freeman.
I guess it's not going to open like that.
It's because you had Doom up.
I
Doom
know.
has infected your computer.
Well, and Vic Diesel's on Doom. That's why it happened like that. So anyways, the story opens with...
You meant to drag and drop.
Alrighty, are you kids ready for story time?
And then it turns, and Vic Diesel turns and looks at you, and he's got the 360 controller,
So if they wanted to make
I
an
like
official
playing video
Doom, they should have made Vic Diesel lose all of his muscle mass and gain like 150 pounds.
He's
and he
wearing
could be like
glasses?
he could be like a big nerd and be like, come home from school and play Doom for 2 hours. And it'd be like
Real
set in the
Doom.
80s, you know, and then the movie would be over.
And then he
Oh,
comes back for more.
When
and
did
does
Doom
Walking
come out?
Tall.
The original game? 90s?
yeah.
Maybe even the late 80s. I don't know.
No, not late 80s, but mid 90s. Oh, I'll look
I
it
think
up.
that would have been a great Doom movie.
So, I mean, one movie is about bringing out the outer demon zombie alien, but an upcoming movie I'm really looking forward to, Galaxy Guardians.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Did you hear what Vic is going to play in that movie?
1993.
He's gonna play a tree.
Yep. Big Diesel as Tree.
93. Yeah. Old stuff. But now also Quake came out right around the same time. And I don't know, Doom.
No, Quake was later than Doom. Type in Quake.
Yeah, it was definitely
I didn't
later.
know Quake.
But I never played the first Quake. I went straight to Quake 2. And that was another, demon aliens kind of a thing. With all kinds of weirdness going on. Quake video game.
96, so 3 years later.
Yep.
Now, the best game that came out after this in 1998, I think, was Half-Life. That was a revolutionary game.
Didn't play.
Yeah, the whole plot being live. It was like a live plot where the story was always progressing. Whereas in most video games, you get like cutscenes where you have to stop and you sit there and you watch a 2-minute cutscene and it, progresses the game on a little further. But in Half-Life, it was always constantly moving, boss fight, levels, jumping around, doing your tricks and whatnot. But yeah, most definitely, it definitely moved the 3D shooter genre upwards. And it was yeah, and the folks knew because all the games after that were all trying to emulate Half-Life.
It's like all the movies after Pulp Fiction.
You think?
Yeah, it was in a film class. We were talking about it in the 90s. Watch movies from the 90s after Pulp Fiction. It's like all there.
Well, I'll definitely say pretty much everything that was made in the 80s I have issue with.
Oh yeah, the 80s were a dark time culturally.
The music, the movies, the television, it was all
Synthesizers
horrible.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So what was the major takeaway for Doom, the movie?
Follow the advice of the leader. If Vic says kill every the F person there, then you kill every man, woman, and child present. And you're a Marine soldier. You follow the orders. You don't question. You just do. Got it?
Semper Fi!
But I think that's a bad message, and I think that's why the movie doesn't make any sense. It got so poorly reviewed.
Silence!
No.
I kill you!
Okay, so they sent this elite team of, I think it's RTTS or something, Marines.
So one of them was like his first mission ever or something.
Yeah.
Why didn't they send more?
Because they didn't have money. It was a corporation.
The same reason why they don't have night vision technology implanted
They're
in
just
their
trying
eyeballs.
to save the money.
This was on a budget. This is fighting demons on a budget.
Yeah, most definitely.
I still think they should have just filmed someone playing Doom.
You know what happened? The libertarians finally got control of the government, and they have been short funding the military for 30 years, and this is what it's been left to. The military doesn't have enough money to take care of itself, and they go and they fight aliens, and they all get decimated because the libertarians took over and short
Do you
funded
see this as
everybody.
a potential
Well, they had a nice
propaganda
helicopter
piece?
at the beginning.
I'm thinking this might be a propaganda piece for the military, and Vic Diesel being a very big supporter of the military and U.S. foreign policy openly on his websites and web pages.
Like, why didn't they send 100 Marines into the station? And then they would have outnumbered all the scientists there.
Well, they might. Did they actually say Marines?
It's a Space Marines.
It says
Well,
Semper Fi.
because you know that there was one individual on the team who was actually working for the corporation.
Right, but she had to really assert herself to get let on that military convoy to go to the demon spot with the zombie alien.
Well, I'm thinking about the guy in the toilet. who was actually radioing it in. Well, he was radioing it in back to the. Never mind, that was something else. But yeah, she was. Yes, most definitely she was in on it. She wasn't letting any of the information out until they finally questioned her. But Vic wasn't. He wasn't real quick to. And he wanted to take the data back. And Reaper was all, you need to destroy this.
You know, in all these sci-fi movies, if you really think about it...
By the way, that's where Alien comes up, where he's going to collect the data, and he's taking it back to the corporations who are all
that was
the
Aliens.
puppet masters.
Interesting.
Yeah,
However, in this case, the information, I was like, well, even if the corporations are greedy, corporate, and fat caddy, why would you want to destroy that information? It's still valuable information.
yeah.
It's like, what did they do? This is the evidence of what they did. Like, you don't just destroy that and be like, well, let's pretend it never happened.
Right. Well, here's the point I'm getting at. Maybe the reason they didn't send, 100 soldiers in, because these guys aren't really soldiers. They're just mercenaries working for a corporation. And
that's the same as the Aliens movie.
how big was their? But they were a whole platoon.
They weren't a whole platoon. There's like 10 of them.
Yeah, it was like 12 people in Aliens.
It was a squad.
I thought there was more than that.
They had an APC and they had a lieutenant and they had a lieutenant, so you could say it's a platoon, but there weren't that many of them.
Yeah, and you're right. How did he ever call his soldiers Marines?
He said, "I want soldiers" or something like that.
Yeah, but maybe
I
he's
need
just maybe he
soldiers.
was a vet, and now he's working for Black Ops or whatever the new mercenary outfit is, and they're just one unit working for a company.
What's his name? Porter, or whoever the dude was who died crapping on the toilet. He's like, I enlisted to serve my country or something like that.
Yeah, but he's just talking about when he was a soldier. Maybe these were all soldiers and they were hired on. I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't wearing like a uniform. Really, they didn't have like a flag on them or anything like that. Maybe you're right.
I don't even know. So did you give your takeaway? What was the takeaway from all this?
I think the takeaway is that in the future things go backwards in times. They're using a tape recorder at one point.
And you know whose fault all that is, don't you?
And who's paying for all this equipment? Taxpayers?
I think it's the taxpayers are cheap. They had a CRT monitor. You remember when black dude's down in the pit with the thing and he's swinging the monitor around? That's a CRT monitor. Like, that shit don't exist anymore. They're still crazy.
They're still using paddles to try to resuscitate that guy.
Right.
Oh, it's ass backwards.
So they have a nano wall, right? They have a nano wall that's really cool, and then they have a CRT monitor.
It's just ass backwards.
I just don't understand that. And then I think the other big takeaway is the guy in the wheelchair didn't blow the grenade off.
Yeah, and they had the guy in the wheelchair as well, who had this, these.
So why didn't guy in the wheelchair have the grenade ready when the thing was beating on the door?
I mean, think of the technology that was involved to actually hook him up to wheels. They could have just. Don't you think they could have just made legs for him? I mean, come on. It's like being 2200 and some guy's got a hook for a hand.
One of the things I liked is so it shows the guy, he's like, oh, my ass got sent to another galaxy or something, and then it shows the legs swap the dog.
And we get a flashback that we're not informed is a flashback.
To me, that was kind of confusing.
Garrett, what'd you take, man? What'd you take home?
Well,
to the bank.
It's like Fast Furious in the future too, if you think about it, because it's a family of people, and the family has upgraded their technology.
They're all badasses.
In 6 Fast, we see they're driving the fast cars with the handheld radios, and now they're like, we're fighting alien demon zombies. We need earpieces, and they have earpieces.
Oh, shit!
So it's good to upgrade your technology and be better for the larger adversary. And I think the message here is, if you're fighting demon zombie aliens, you just got to kill everybody, unfortunately.
That's a horrible way to look at it, but
you never want to end up where you're fighting demon zombie aliens, because it's just no good can come of it.
If you don't know who potentially could turn into a zombie, you're better off just shooting everybody right now. Right
I
off
guess
the bat.
And the issue here is, in case the viewers at home aren't clear, is like a portal back to Earth, and you can't let people through the portal.
Yeah,
so,
these guys are saving.
Aren't there a bunch of movies where humanity goes to Mars and then there's like a
Ancient civilization left
ancient
there.
civilization and there's like a virus outbreak or something?
I think there's been
Right.
more than one movie
I
that's
think-
using the same premise.
I think the moral of the story is humans should not go to Mars.
well, in
Don't do it, it's
2001
not safe.
or the dark side of the moon.
No, in 2001 it was a good thing. They used the premise that there was an outbreak of a disease there in order to close everything off while they went and investigated the alien life form.
Mhm.
But really, it was just an alien life form, and everything was cool. And they went through the Stargate, and you get to see all the psychedelic visuals. So I think the moon is all right. I think that's been expressed in literature. It's a cool place. We've got the moon as a harsh mistress. Things went pretty well there. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Things went pretty well there. I think it's just if you go beyond the moon, everything else is just a little too far away, and you don't want to be battling demon, zombie, ninja things.
Evil shenanigans.
So what about your takeaway, Conan?
I thought I said didn't I put that out there?
You said it was all right, right?
I don't remember what I said.
Vic,
I
is
know I
that
said
your-
something. I don't know.
Follow his command.
Do you guys want to? What's the next movie we're going to be working on?
I think it should be one that really speaks to the people and the premises of.
Garrett was saying actually do a commentary, watch an entire movie, a movie that is lacking in that department and needs filler. It needs three guys sitting back, having some drinks, and filling all the blank spots with their good opinion. And I don't know what movie that could be. There's a little too much action going on. I think Garrett has said something about House of the Dead. House of the
Dead is a wonderfully horrible movie, and I think would righteously, do for a laugh track.
What do you think, James?
I mean, I'm game for whatever. I think that maybe we could even make our own Doom movie and review it.
On the streets of Keene?
I would love to see a track that introduces all of the metal music that is in the film, and I was thinking maybe right before the metal songs come on that a local host of metal shows could maybe be like, hey, this is such and such band with such and such song.
When is the Hercules movie coming out?
Which, there is one out already, a lower budget one, but then Vic's also going to be putting his out pretty soon.
Hercules might be the ticket. I'm just saying.
I'm not watching.
Maybe we should go to the Keene cinemas when nobody's going, like the last week it's playing.
And set
film
our
it.
microphones up and stuff. And
Right, and have a camera set
That'd
up
be
like Mystery Science Theater 3000 style in the back of the theater.
Are we going to be able to get G in there?
That would be great if we can get you in there for that. We
Holy
should
crap.
talk to Keene Cinemas about setting that up. Maybe we could pay for a private screening. And we
Maybe.
could film that.
Well, maybe that guy's in the Cheshire TV every now
We're
and then.
not filming it because that's illegal or whatever. But F those laws. We do what we must.
And of course, Mark is always there. I'll talk to Mark next time I'm in Cheshire TV. Maybe he'll hook us up.
I don't have a movie offhand to review, but I'm sure we'll find something.
Yeah, we'll find something.
What we
But
gotta do.
Is there a Quake movie?
not yet. Don't put that seed out there.
What is the
'cause
plot of Quake?
It's like it's another planet, and they're aliens, demon aliens.
Okay, so it's just Doom again.
Yeah, but it had a whole different feel. I think Nine Inch Nails did some of the soundtrack. I don't know.
Did you guys ever see that Kiss video game?
No.
We're talking about a god. Yes, a god awful video game.
It's
There's
a Michael Jackson video game, but I tried ordering it for Sega and it never worked.
There's a game called Heavy Metal that has Jack Black in it. That's pretty fun. And it's all using, heavy metal cliches. He's killing people with his axe, which is an axe guitar. and
Have
a
you
whole
guys seen Starship Troopers 3?
No.
bunch-
Okay, we should watch that one.
As opposed to reviewing
Maybe- I don't know
Starship.
if
Got
it's
it right
two or
the first
three.
time.
So one of those is, I think, okay, so Starship Troopers 1 was a pretty decent movie, if you will, and then 2 was just god-awful, and I think 3 is the most hilarious one. It's like they ran out of money mid-movie, and they're like, we just got to finish it. We have to get done. It is great. We should watch that one.
Well, we'll definitely figure something
Or
out.
2, maybe it's 2. We should watch 2. I'll look into that.
Yeah. if you've run out of things to watch, go ahead and watch Doom. It's got some. It's got moments. Otherwise, there's plenty of other things to watch. And
I think Doom has a lot of takeaways. If you ever find yourself in a situation where things are running around, you should not split up, and you should not enter dark places without flashlights, night vision, and
I agree. Don't walk around in the sewer.
yeah,
These are all bad things.
okay, so
Don't join the military.
so they go down to the sewer at one point, and there's one way in and one way out, and they're like, is it Mac? Who they leave some dude to guard the entrance. Like, hey, you guard the entrance, Conan.
It was Destroyer.
No, Destroyer.
Oh
died
no,
in
yeah,
the electric.
Max stayed. Yeah, Max stayed in the first room.
Why didn't they just say we're not going to enter the sewer because the thing is down there, and we're not interested in going down there?
How boring would the movie have been if they stayed in the safe places? And they did everything right. We're
Well, it's kinda
there
like-
to see the misery of the future, so that we do not.
That's a good point.
Lead
So,
into that trajectory.
Starship Troopers, it would have been a very boring movie if they'd used things such as tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think the bugs could
Yeah, they're
rip
still
through the armor.
They're still using shock troops.
Like,
and
what,
they're
what's
not
going
e-
on
and they're-
here?
and they're
they have
not e-
spaceships and they have fighters and bombers and they have these nukes, right? Oh, we can nuke them, but we don't have tanks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what's going on.
All we have
there.
is
Armored personnel
troops with their
carriers.
rifles and their 2 legs and they're just cannon fodder. But yeah, Garrett hit it right on the head. It just hits home. It makes the movie, hurt that much more and makes you want to cling on to every little moment.
So if you watch Starship Troopers, I don't know if you watched it before you're a libertarian, Conan. If you watch it now, you realize how fascist the system
all the
is.
propaganda?
Yeah, it's funny
I
to
knew
watch
exactly
it.
what I was watching. It's all like, yeah, these guys are, the war machine is sitting back, with their feet up, and they're just milking it for all they can get out of it. Let's go kill some bugs. That aren't even, well, I guess they were, but they were dropping spores on the planet.
So you could make an argument that
It was kind of a whole
so
Pearl
there's kinda
Harbor
like
thing.
there's like a 9/11 moment where the bugs launch a meteor into Buenos Aires, Argentina.
And for all we know, it was an accident. Like maybe
I think the humans. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember thinking that the humans were invading the bug worlds. They're invading their portion of the galaxy.
This might be a page right out of Ender's Game, which was kind of the same thing. These kids were raised to
Maybe the bugs are just defending themselves.
Yeah,
against
exactly. These
human
kids
aggression.
were raised at a young age to go and wipe out a civilization, and it turns out that they attacked by accident. It was all a misunderstanding at first, and the Earth.
Going back to the Pearl Harbor idea, I would contend that the United States was responsible for that.
Yeah, they were pushing buttons. They were trying to go to war. FDR was trying to go to war for years.
They embargoed the Japanese Empire. And there's a book, I think it's called The White Tigers. It's about they had United States airplanes and pilots fighting in China.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine how offensive that would be? Like if it'd be kind of like you're fighting a war somewhere and some foreign power is killing your soldiers. To me, that's an act of war. I mean, that's it's really astounding when you think about it.
This is the same problem we're having in the Middle East. We have a whole generation of individuals who have been scarred, by drones that our country, drones and military and and other countries that our country has funded. And so, I mean, what would you do if someone that you loved, if you were scarred, mutilated, you lost an arm, or your husband or wife or your child were killed? What would you do? Would you just would you sit down and let it happen and forget about it?
Japan did not bomb Pearl Harbor because they wanted to take over the United States. They bombed Pearl Harbor because they considered the United States a threat because of the actions that the U.S. government was taking.
Yeah.
It was a defensive move that they thought on their part. I don't think it's good that people were killed. I think that's horrible, and I think that both sides were culpable in this whole thing. And I think that we need to put an end to war, and you should watch Doom if you have nothing better to do, and Vic Diesel's in it.
I say read Smedley Butler's War is a Racket. Follow the money. See who's making money off of these wars, because that's where it stems. That's where it comes from. And of course, it comes from stupid people who, America, they love killing things. They love punching shit. They love kicking stuff.
And I think if you really enjoyed Doom playing the video game as a child or in older days, I think you'll be really disappointed with the movie. And the movie has nothing to do with the video game. And it's aliens in space with Resident Evil mixed in.
All right.
I think
And it has B actors except Vic Diesel.
You'd have more fun watching somebody play like Grand Theft Auto or a more cinematic video game than Doom, which is a notorious first-person shooter. It's made just for shooting things and not for someone else's enjoyment.
When did Doom 3 come out? Can you Google that? Was the movie...
Came out about... I mean, did it come out at the same time?
Was the movie like, oh, the game's coming out, so we're going to make a movie at the same time, and people will come see the movie?
Doom 3 came out in 2004.
So it is probably a thing.
And there's kind of that's very similar to one of the creatures in the.
Yeah, that's true.
And the guy and the wheelchair creature, that was most definitely a creature in Doom 3.
Really?
Yeah, but it didn't have a wheelchair strapped to his back. I don't think.
I never played Doom 3.
It was very dark, very.
That's what I hear. You couldn't see what was going on.
You couldn't see what was going on. You didn't have flashlights on any of your weapons. And it was just cramped, and it was just so claustrophobic, and it was scary. It was most definitely scary.
Didn't you have to like choose whether you had the flashlight out or the weapon?
Yeah, and so one of the first mods that was created for Doom 3 was a flashlight that went on all of your weapons, because it just made sense. Because playing it any other way was horrible. Having to change constantly back and forth, it was just no good. So. Hey, you guys ready to wrap this up? Someone's got to work tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't think that anyone associated with Liberty actually works.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I just spoke an untruth. James really doesn't have a job. We're all paid by...
I don't think that anyone has a job.
We are all paid by Koch brothers, and we just sit around and we smoke a lot of weed and drink a lot of Maggie Hassan and just get paid to just talk nonsense on the air.
I like to think that we're contributing to an intellectual environment here in Keene.
Maybe every now and then.
I think
maybe this guy, not me. I'm not. I don't.
I think that Conan
just needs to just need to shut his mouth and just pay his taxes.
Work harder, pay his taxes, and let people leech off him. That's the moral of the story.
All right.
You should enjoy the slavery, Conan.
I know, guys at home. Thanks for watching. We will see you again next week at the same time. Not at the same time. We're having a bonfire next Saturday.
Gonna be a live call-in episode?
Not yet.
Can you set up mics outside and we can do a running commentary of the bonfire?
That would be really fun.
I think that would be cool.
Next time you guys see us, we might be live outside. Hope it's not raining or anything. Shooting the fire with all the folks sitting around having a good old time. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Good night.